are we going to do this with? Who are we going to do? Who is the people you want to help? Who is it that you're working with? When it comes to niche and messaging, when it comes to picking a niche, there's a lot of, I would say, limiting beliefs I've heard about niching or niching down. And that could be an idea about, but if I'm going to niche down, the thing is, what if I will have less clients? I will have less people to sell to if I niche down. But the thing is, when you niche down, you can become more clear about what you're doing. Tomorrow, when we meet tomorrow, we're going to talk marketing. We're going to do a campaign tomorrow. The campaign we call a 4R strategy. That's what we're going to do. That's one campaign that will give you a bunch of leads and will give you clients. That's what we will create tomorrow together. But the first thing is always, if we are trying to speak to everyone, who do we speak to? Nobody. No one will hear us. So the thing when we are stuck in our belief set about niching down, that I'm losing clients, you're absolutely doing the opposite. If you're trying to talk to everyone, we are losing everyone because no one feels you're talking to me. So we need to make sure we don't do that. That's one thing. The other thing, another limiting belief is, what if I choose the wrong niche? The thing is, this is a niche. It's not a tattoo. It's not going to stay there forever. You keep it for a while, and if it doesn't fit you, you can change it. I'm just going to invite you right now to pick a niche that you're going to work with for at least 3 to 4 months, because then you have time to start working it up. But it doesn't feel right until we actually do it. We won't be able to sit here and just look for an emotion or feeling of this is the best, or this feels correct. Some of you might not feel it. You need to go out and actually experience it. And when will you do that? When you start speaking to that niche, then you'll know, is this fun? Do I like doing this? So we need to change. We need to change to make sure that we decide on something, but it's not as a tool. We can always change it. So let's make sure we don't fall into those traps. And also, and third thing I just want to address, I know there's always someone in here who feel like, but I'm not sure I'm good enough for this niche. I don't know. I'm not completely sure I can really help them. I probably just need another education. Then I know for sure. But the thing is, once you got that, you say to yourself, yeah, but they're probably going to ask me this question. They probably want to do this. I just need one more education to make sure I can actually serve them. And that means there's someone in this room right now. I know this after doing my 50 challenges. There's always someone here who have heaps and loads of educations just to feel secure. Am I right? You know who you are if you're out there. I see someone. Yeah, that's me. I know. You don't need anything you don't have today. Everything you need, you got it within you right now. I promise you that. That's why you're here, and that's what we make sure of when we do this next thing. So you don't need anything else. What we need is to make a decision and find out what is it, who is it we're going to help. When we talk about niche, it comes down to two simple things. It comes down to, who are we going to help and what are we going to help them with? It's a who and a what. Who are we going to help? What are we going to help them with? So how am I going to choose? First of all, I want to come back to this. I want to move to this one first. How do we choose? There's 3 steps we want to make sure of. Step number 1 is the most crucial one. It's passion. Since what we're doing here right now is not just something we're talking about. It's about helping people. It's about to go out and actually change lives for people we meet out there. So what kind of conversations do you have passion about? What do you like to talk about? What kind of people do you have passion for meeting and talking to? So it's about passion. Where's your passion at? What do you love doing? And some of you already have a niche and some of you are starting up. I want to invite everyone, even though you already have a niche, I want you to invite you just to go through this process to make sure that it is the right one, and maybe also look at the messaging. So first of all, passion is a part of it. Second part of it is congruency. What is congruency? Congruency is knowing that I'm congruent in what I'm doing. When I started up, I could not, when I started 4 years ago, I said I only been working with coaches for 3 years. Why? Because I would not be congruent going out and helping coaches in the first year before I did it myself. So in my first business, let me see if I got, in my first niche, I was actually helping people to get their finances in order, because I'm also an author of this book, how to make passive income streams, because that's been a huge thing in my own life, to get my own finances ready and starting my own passive income stream. So to the degree I actually wrote a book about it. So in my life, I've been working a lot on my personal finances because I went bankrupt in 2008. And I was sitting alone with 2 kids at that time and decided I am going to be financially independent. And I went crazy much into it, so much that I changed my life. I changed my finances. I wrote a book, and now I was ready to go out and help people. So I was congruent in helping people with finances because I did in my own life. I'm not saying you need to have written a book, but you need to be just one step ahead. When I started up, and still, I'm not financially free because I spent too much money to be that right now. So, but I was a few years ahead of everyone I was teaching. So I was just a step ahead. So I was congruent within that. 1 year into the business, I built my own coaching business. I made 150,000 euros in my coaching business. And I had more and more coaches asking me, can you help me to make money? See, by that, then I was congruent to help coaches because I did it in my whole life. Does this make sense? I want to make sure it makes sense. Now I was congruent to help coaches because I did it for myself. Now I was congruent. I did not at that time say I could help coaches to 1 million because I did not do it on my own. So my first message, I said I help coaches to do the first 10K because I did my first 150K. So I knew I'm ahead of my leads and my students. But now today I'm confident and congruent saying I can easily help you to get to 1 million organically because I've done it and I've helped other people to do it. So now I'm congruent in that. So congruency is only about, have you taken some steps? Are you just a few steps ahead of someone? And you're adults. Yeah, that means you're probably congruent in a lot of fields. But I could also be congruent within being a mom because I have 3 kids and I've been alone with them for several times. So I know how to run a family as a single mom with several kids. I'm congruent. I know how to do that. I'm also congruent in buying a farm and building a lot of stuff because that's what I do. I love doing that. I will be congruent in a lot of things because I'm an adult. I've been through ups and downs in my life. There's so many things I'm congruent in because I have experiences. And I believe it's the same with everyone in this room. You have experiences in your life, in your personal life, in your business life, about your health, around a lot of things around you. You're congruent. So what we're looking into is just making sure I'm congruent. Why is this important? Because when we are building trust with anyone, what speaks louder? An education or results? Please write. What speaks louder? Who would you rather have? Let's say fitness coach. Would you rather have the fitness coach who read about fitness, or would you have the fitness coach that you look at and you say, this one knows fitness, they do it in their own life. This one is so fit. Who would you have more trust within? The results, right? Because results speak. Results always speak. So when we have just the results, we can use ourselves, our own story, and that makes our marketing so much better. Oh, we've been working with businesses for years. See, I've been having business for 20 years. I could absolutely be a business coach, but not helping coaches online because I wasn't ready before I was ready. So congruency is a big part of this. The third part, since this is a business, we need to make sure that they can pay. How much would they be willing to pay? What is the value of what we're giving to the right persons? So these are 3 keys to understanding who am I going to help. So I just want to finish this one first. When we are looking to who and what, if we're talking about niching down, when you look into what could I help them with, if that is a big thing, I could help them with, a big thing could be confident. You see, confidence that's big, right? That's a huge niche. I just want to make sure it makes sense. Are you following me? Confidence, stress, all of these things, this is big niches. If I have a big what I help them with, I want a small who. I want to narrow it down. So who do I help with stress? Who do I help to get confident? Because if I help everyone, I'm not helping anyone. Because we can't speak the same way to everyone. So who? I will speak to a smaller group. If I have a small what, I can have a big who. Give you an example. We help you to make money. So that's what we do. Build a business that will do at least, we can help you up to the million at least. So is that big or small? Helping businesses to make $1 million, is that big or small? That's huge, right? That's a big one. That's why who? Coaches. We only help coaches, no one else. We could help a lot of people, but we only help coaches. Because then everything we do and design is specifically made for any question a coach would have. Everything is designed only for coaches. So big what, small who. If I was helping, I had a client who was helping with porn addiction. People out of porn addiction. Is that a big or small niche? See, that's a small niche. That's not that many of them as there's business owners, or maybe there is, but I don't know, but they're probably not as visible. So it's a small. That means you could have a big who. So I help people with porn addiction. I even know someone who helps senior leaders with porn addiction. See, that's a small what and a small who. But we want to make sure if we have a big who, small what. If we have big what, small who. So it makes it easy. Does this make sense? Please write sense in the chat if this makes sense. Good. Because then we can move on. We want to know who are we talking to. Who are we talking to? There's 2 reasons why people would invest in themselves. 2 reasons. Either there's something they want, or there's something they want to avoid. There's something they want to avoid, or there's something they want. That's the reasons why we invest in ourselves, every one of us. We want something or we want to get away. So when you decide on who you're going to help, I want you to write down. So what is their dreams or desires? Desires, wants, what is it they really want to have? I want you to make a list down, because how would you use this? This is for you to use tomorrow. I want you to make a list of everything, because if I'm looking at coaches, what does coaches want? They want to be able to live full-time of their coaching business. They want to serve more people. They want to have that emotion once they see their clients get the breakthrough. They want to have, they want to make sure that they can pay their bills next month. They want a lot of different things. They want to go to a job that they feel passionate about. See, all of these are desires and wants. But on the other side, so what is it that they fear? Or what are their frustrations today? What are the frustration of your avatar? And then I want you to write down, what are all the frustrations or problems that your avatar is experiencing? What could be fears of frustrations that your avatar? For me, for coaches, a frustration could be that I'm working hard, but I'm not getting any engagement on my content. No, I don't know how to convert on the coaching call. I'm not sure that I actually make results. I'm not sure that my clients are actually happy when I've delivered. See, that could be a lot of frustrations, a lot of problems for coaches. So I want you to write down what is all the frustrations you can get to think about. And this is easy for you, congruent. You probably had those frustrations or those desires yourself. Just write down everything. If you already have clients, just listen to what is it they've been saying. And which one of these two do you think most people are more inspired by? Which one will make more people move, the avoid or the want? Which one do you think will make more people move forward? Which one do you think will have more